Hey, we're back with a new video. Hello! Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lilian, this is Alexis. Today we're going to talk about 8 things that happen when you move in together. Dun, 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 dun. So a lot of people kind of like rush to the stage of moving in together because, you know, it brings your relationship to the next step and it has a lot of great benefits apart from obviously having more time together. You know, you get to save on rent, you don't need to deal with annoying roommates anymore, you get to be around the person that you love, and you get a bigger wardrobe. So we've been living together for how long now? Like 2 years or something? Mm-hmm. I know we were really longing for that, just like building your daily routine together, and a lot of people aren't really aware of that it's going to change your relationship. We're going to talk about some things that kind of happen when you move in together. So if you're maybe considering it, just like, you know, think about, are you ready for this? And also in no way do we want to discourage anyone from moving in together. We think it's an amazing thing. It's great, but of course you always have to see, are you compatible with your partner in that way, and are you ready for that?
So before we jump into those 8 things, this video is sponsored by Skillshare. I'm sure you've already heard of Skillshare because it's awesome. It is a online learning community where you can learn like endless amounts of things by people just like us teaching you. It has thousands of different classes for all different skill levels.
We're currently exploring classes there about videography. We want to get more cinematic. Right now, so many classes are taking place online anyway, so we're like, hey, why not do this? If you get a yearly membership, it's just like about $10 per month.
And it's like such a wide range of classes.
The next class that I want to check out is actually called Happy Houseplants. It's taught by Chris Satch, and yeah, we have a lot of beautiful houseplants, so I'm hoping that this class will give me all the knowledge. So now to the important part. The first 1,000 people to use the link in the description box below will get a 2-month free trial of the premium Skillshare membership, so you can explore your creativity.
And you can do a lot in 2 months with Skillshare, trust me. You'll be a whole new person.
So go check it out, but also continue with our video now, because remember what you came for. 8 things that happen when you move in with your partner. A lot of people think, you know, we're at each other's place so much, it's kind of like we're already living together. But no, it is different. Because you don't have your own like safe space to go to anymore, and you're always around each other, and you get to see everything about the other person.
Oh, the good, the bad, the ugly.
So I would say the number 1 thing that happens is that you kind of need to deal with the other person's annoying habits and quirks and like preferences of living. I'm not a coffee drinker. Alexis drinks coffee, and a reason why I don't drink coffee or tea is because when I grew up, my parents always left their old like coffee and tea mugs around, and I feel like I always had to put them in the dishwasher, and there is always, I don't know why this happens, there's always a little residual rest in the mug, and it's so gross to me. And now that I'm like living with my girlfriend, I discover that she does the same thing. So I walk around and then there's like 3 mugs in the bedroom.
She's over exaggerating.
Like, why?
Now let's get into what I really don't like. Lilian loves to do this thing where, say if we get groceries, she will randomly take something, put it in like a random spot, maybe like the tea cupboard.
We have a lot of cabinets, I don't know what's where.
Lilian.
So things like that, you'll see, you figure that out as you live together, and you kind of need to deal with it. Like I've started just being like, you know what, I've waited, but the mug stays there. I don't know why I'm destined to be everyone's mug pick-upper, but I do it.
So the next one is you won't be able to hide your bad sides. I don't really like saying bad sides, but what other way are you gonna say it?
When you move in together, you know, they're gonna see you in the morning, they're gonna see you when you're having a shitty day, they're gonna see you when you have like a big zit on your face.
Yeah.
When you haven't brushed your teeth yet.
Yeah, but if you're with someone that has a problem with that, then like, bleh.
I mean, I know that a lot of people are kind of like worried about this one when they first move in with someone and they have like kind of like an issue with that. I mean, you're gonna need to go to the toilet with them around. What?
Oh, it's true, it's just so funny. You can come in now.
So there's people who are like avoiding doing their business like at their boyfriend's place because they're like, oh, you know, it's gonna stink and stuff. Well,
Girl, stop.
You can't hide that kind of stuff when you move in together.
And
I
like,
mean,
it's natural. It
to
happens.
a degree, but like, you know, if you have some like stomach bug and it's like, catch me in the bathroom coming out of both ends.
Oh, no, that happened to you once.
Shut up.
But the thing is, you're going to the bathroom, it's a natural thing, and you're doing it where you need to be doing it.
And also a lot of people I know, like they move in together, they get so comfortable, and then they're like, oh, my boyfriend like farts and burps all the time.
Oh yeah, now you're like,
And then it's like, okay, I know I won't only get to see your good side, but like at least I'll try a little bit. Like, do you still want to impress me? But also some people it doesn't bother them. So the next one is that you're gonna need to adjust to each other's lifestyles. You know, one of you might be someone who wakes up at 6 a.m. every day. The other one, someone who likes to sleep in. How do you deal with that? Do you always go to bed at the same time together? How do you go about it if you want to invite friends over? Because, you know, your place is now also their place. And maybe you won't be too thrilled when you get home after a long day at work and suddenly there's like a bunch of people in your living room and you're like, I just need my own space right now.
maybe like you don't realize that whoever you're with like really loves video games and they're always like, you know, watching YouTube videos. It's like those little things you don't notice until you actually live with each other.
Or you might have an idea and then it's like,
And
oh,
you're like,
hold on.
Yeah. Once you live together, obviously you're gonna have more domestic fights. So I clean your dishes, I fold and do all your laundry, I scrub the bathtub, the toilet, the
Did
sink.
I not cook a beautiful penne all'arrabbiata dish yesterday?
Forget all the times I made mac and cheese. Who's gonna do the laundry? Why aren't you picking up after yourself? Are you making dinner? Are you getting groceries? Blah, blah, blah.
That's always the thing that I want to tell people, like when you're not living together and then you start moving in together, you're gonna have added arguments that you might usually just have with your roommate. Over 25% of people actually state that different cleaning habits are the biggest challenge of living together with your partner. I also read that it's like a minimal amount of couples that actually discuss how they want to divvy up chores before moving in together. It's not a romantic thing to talk about, you know? Moving in together might seem so romantic, but then it's like, how are you with cleaning? Do you enjoy cooking? What are the dishes that you can whip up? Where do you put your clothes at night? To be honest, I don't really know how we divvy up chores. Like we don't have like a schedule or like a set plan or arrangement.
I do most of the cleaning, the cooking, the laundry.
Oh, that's why I don't know. No, I think Alexis likes cleaning.
Yeah, I don't mind cleaning.
Oh, thank God. Like, maybe you'll be lucky like me. Like, I don't like cleaning and she likes cleaning.
Because I just like the feeling
that's what I call
after.
a good match.
I just don't like I like the feeling after. It's about tolerance, right? Like if you actually want to be with this person, you want it to work out, and maybe these things, it's like you can't change people. They're gonna want to have to actually change themselves. And if it's actually bothering you, they will try. So a pretty obvious one is that you'll of course have less me time. You know?
It gets harder to kind of negotiate how to go about that.
Yeah, because it's like they're always there.
Sometimes you need like me time and alone time, or even just time with like
Your
just
friends.
a friend coming over, with not your partner always being there, you know, because you still need to have your own stuff going on, your own autonomy, your own hobbies and stuff.
Yeah.
And sometimes that can be difficult to have that conversation, because it's like, hey, like, can you leave for 2 hours? I don't want you here.
Yeah, but it's like I am my best self when I have me time, when I'm able to create, when I'm able to, you know, be away from my partner. So this is gonna make our relationship better by giving me that.
If you have a bigger apartment, maybe you can be in separate rooms, even like just doing different things for a while. But it's also okay to just be like, hey, I'm just gonna step out and go for a walk, or I'm gonna meet up with this friend. Especially if you're like having a fight or something, and then you're like, okay, we need some space. Well, you don't have your own space anymore, so it gets tricky in that way.
So if you're with someone who maybe doesn't really care about decor or the way that your home looks, then great, you have all the freedom in the world to do what you want. But if you have someone who has a totally different taste, maybe they really like, you know, Western style, and you really like, you know, minimalism, it's gonna clash, you know. So coming to a happy balance, a happy medium.
Just so what you're saying is you need to compromise.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, how do you think that goes with us?
I think it goes pretty well. I have like a very clear vision of like the kind of decor that I like and what I really want to go for and execute.
Yeah.
But then you sometimes get in the way.
Sometimes I have my own annoying ideas,
yeah.
And then Lex is like, no. But I feel like how it happens is that we kind of pick things together, but then sometimes you come with things and you're like, oh, what about this? And then like it needs to go through like my approval process.
Yeah.
Because there are things that I'm like, I just really don't like this, and then I'm gonna give you, you know, a hard no. And another very unsexy and very unromantic thing that happens when you move in together is that you'll need to discuss finances. I mean, doesn't get any less romantic than that, am I right? First thing, you're gonna need to talk about how are you gonna divvy up the rent, you know? Some couples do 50-50, other couples are like, well, one of us makes more money than you, so, you know, let's find a healthy balance there that makes sense. Mm-hmm. How do you do it with groceries, furniture, cleaning products? It gets sexier. One more,
the final and last one,
is that you need to negotiate boundaries more. Especially like, how do you continue with what's important to you, and how do they continue with what's important to them without having too much disturbance there. So one that we brought up was already, are you allowed to, you know, just like bring over your friends on the weekend, even if they don't really want to hang out with them, or if they don't like your friends, you know, that can also happen.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you, like, how do you deal with that? Do you just go over to their place? Does your partner need advance time so they plan their own thing?
Or is Michael never allowed over?
I read in a study that 63% of couples that live together rarely go out anymore with just their friends. You know, because you live together, it kind of like becomes remember that you still have your own friends.
You have like your own
conversations.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah.
I feel like that was maybe even just scratching the tip of the surface. Do you say that?
You say either scratching the surface or the tip of the iceberg. You like mix those two together.
I guess the tip of the surface is like very peripheral. I would like to think we got deeper than that. Yeah, I'm sure there's a lot of other things, and again, in no way are we saying it's so horrible to live together. Like, again, we love it. We're just saying there's some things to think about. We'd love to hear your own experiences and thoughts, as usual.
And thank you so much, Skillshare, again, for sponsoring this video. Remember, just click that link below, get those 2 free months, and yeah, enjoy. Have a great morning, day, afternoon, wherever you are. We love you.
Cheers.
Cheers.